This is a HeadGum podcast.
You or Jayla?
Yo, they wanna know.
Hey.
Mia.
Hey.
Mia. Come on.
Hey. I want to be famous.
Welcome to Who Weekly, the podcast where you'll learn everything you need to know about the celebrities you don't. I'm Lindsay Weber.
I'm Bobby Finger.
And welcome to another edition of Who's There.
I was expecting something from you.
Well, I just thought that was like really, I don't know, you like went all, it was very, you really enunciated today.
You're blaming this on me?
Did I do something weird? And then you just were responding?
You did something different. And I was just mimicking it. I was mimicking your intonation.
Just trying to make it not get stale for us, I guess, at this point.
How could things get stale in this day and age?
We are
There's
here.
always new Who's.
It's true. We're here, another week. Happy Thursday. I really don't have anything to say. I just kind of want to get into it.
Let's listen to it. Let's play part of it.
See the man who won't stay for your meal, getting all the piece of pie for your wife. Everybody wanna know how it feels. Everybody wanna see what it's like.
Yeah, I don't know. He said something about eating pie with his wife, and then I was like, you lost me.
I mean, the new British anthem is just beautiful. It sounds really great. I'm thrilled.
I can't wait to hear it played like in bell version at Westminster Abbey.
Full bells.
Full bell.
On a huge organ in the church.
We're going to need the Bell adaptation for the wedding.
I just realized this entire comment section for this episode is all royals related, so you got to play now these two Meghan Markles.
That's fine.
Hi, guys. Long-time listener, many-time caller. I know you're probably extremely sick of this, but I have one more quick note on the Meghan Markle saga. I mean, we're just at the beginning, let's be honest. So I heard somewhere that, like, they met through Instagram. So Harry, like, they have a mutual friend. Someone posted a photo, and Harry said, hey, I want her, so I want to meet her, and that's how they went on their blind date. So I did a little bit of a deep dive on Meghan Markle. She's very boring. And her best friend is Jessica Mulroney, and she posts nonstop with Jessica Mulroney. So eventually I hopped on over to her Instagram, realized she's married to Brian Mulroney, who is a Canadian son of one of our former prime ministers. Do I have his name right, or is Brian Mulroney his dad? Anyways, her husband posted a photo of Meghan Markle and Jessica Mulroney, like a few days before the Invictus game, which is where they met, Harry and Meghan. And so my theory is that because this guy, I'm so wrong. Brian Mulroney is the Prime Minister. His son is Ben Mulroney, and he is the Ben of Canada. Brian Mulroney is a Ben to maybe like my dad. Yeah. Anyway, so Ben Mulroney posted a photo of his wife and Meghan Markle. He is the son of a Prime Minister. He is kind of around the same age as Prince Harry. So they must have like grown up together at royal political stuff, right? So they'd be friends. And there's also a photo of them together. So my theory is that Canadian thems introduced Meghan Markle to Prince Harry. Good form, Bella Thorne. Love you guys. Bye.
I buy that completely. That's airtight.
There's not one part of that comment that I disagree with.
No, that's exactly it.
I think it's true. I think I believe you, caller. I believe you.
Hi, this is Ashley in Phoenix. I'm a first-time caller, long-time listener, and I have finally heard something that I can respond to. This is so exciting for me. You're talking about, is Meghan Markle going to be a princess? I can tell you categorically, kind of. So basically, she will be a duchess in her own right. So like Kate, she would be the Duchess of, I think the rumor is Sussex, but who knows. And if she were to be referred to as a princess, she would be Princess Henry of Wales. So kind of a lame name. But anyway, that's all you need to know. Good form, Bella Thorne.
I still kind of don't understand.
Oh, yeah, me either.
Okay,
I don't get it.
I love that you do. Because it doesn't sound like you're British, and yet you understand fully how the royal family works over there, which I respect immensely.
Which I respect, even though I still don't understand it.
I still don't really. So she's a duchess, but she's also the Princess of Wales. Like she in a bigger sense, she's just a duchess, but in a smaller pool, she's a princess. Whatever, she's still a princess. She's still a princess.
It's one of those things that I'm going to need to see mapped out to really understand it. This isn't something I can just get by audio, you know? Like, I need visuals here. I don't understand it.
I just love that you're like requesting it, and then you're going to get it, and you're going to be
not
like,
good
oh,
enough.
wow.
I need a PowerPoint. It's like you know how Jamie Lee Curtis and Christopher Guest are married, and like Christopher Guest is some sort of duke, and that sort of makes her a duchess, but not really, and only in like a certain part of like the UK or something. That's something I've never understood.
Right.
I don't get it.
Right. It's like that People article about AJ Langer from My So-Called Life, and she's like royal. She's like a duchess or or like she owns something, or it's like, oh my god, it's like the number one example is Luann, Countess Luann de Lesseps from Housewives, who like was a countess but was never quite clear how. And the only answer to that was she was married to a duke.
She stripped herself of
Or
the title,
count.
right? She stripped herself of the title, and then she regretted it.
She was married to a count, and then she divorced the count, and then she was like, I'm still the countess, and then she was like, actually, like, I guess I'm not still the count. Like, it was very strange. Anyways.
I don't really want to move on yet. Did you see the Countess's Instagram today, Lindsay?
No, what did she know?
It's a photo of her in her kitchen. Shout out to Caroline. It's a photo of her in her kitchen posing, and then you see like the oven on the left side, and then you see her 3 bookshelves on the right, and the caption is, "Gonna have to face it, I'm addicted to books." Like hashtag Robert Palmer.
Wait,
hashtag
also,
something.
Speaking of Caroline and a countess, a few days ago, I took a video grab of the Countess's Instagram and sent it to Caroline. She was like, I also took a video grab of this. Like, we both took the same video grab of the Countess, and it's her leaving I have to play it for you. It's her leaving a building, like coming out of a door, and someone is clearly filming it. Like, she staged it, and she says this.
On my way to see meteor shower, so excited. Amy Schumer.
Countess Luann leaving a building at what appears to be like golden hour, and she's in sequin everything, and so she's sparkly, and she says, on my way, and she's talking to the videographer and then walking away from him.
It's just so weird because she's
on my way to see a meteor shower, something, and then she just goes, Amy Schumer.
No, she says it's Meteor Shower, which is it's a play starring Amy Schumer that's on Broadway right now.
On my way to see meteor shower, so excited, Amy Schumer.
It's so staged, and yet supposed to be so not staged, but it's like, why would there be a person standing outside as she was leaving, like as she's looking at the camera, she's like, on my way, Amy Schumer.
It's just, Lindsay, you're gonna have to face it, she's addicted to meteor shower.
Just have to face it, I'm addicted to books.
It's so funny. I'm addicted to books, and it's just 3 shelves in her kitchen.
It's just funny because it's like, might as well face it, you're addicted to books is the saddest. Okay, we need to stop talking about this.
Have you seen it? Have you seen the photo?
I'm going to it right now.
You have to look at it because it's not as funny unless you see it. You're going to die.
Might as well face it, I'm addicted to books. And then it says, hashtag books, hashtag read, hashtag Robert Palmer, hashtag 80s, in case you didn't get the reference to the song that she was quoting.
Books.
Hi, I just saw that Macaulay Culkin is dating Brenda Song from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. That's right. What? Thank you. Bye.
I mean, that's really all there is to it. We don't have much to say other than Macaulay Culkin is dating Brenda Song.
Brenda Song is an actress from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. You are correct. You might also remember her from The Social Network. Remember when she was in The Social Network too?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do.
So I made deals with people.
Is that Mark Zuckerberg?
They could save me $1K.
He made the Facebook.
I pay him $20.
She also famously dated Miley Cyrus's brother Trace, who's like terrifying.
I don't know that that's famous. I forgot about that.
What do you mean?
Said.
Oh no, they didn't. Was like obsessed with it.
I don't even remember that.
So he's the Miley Cyrus brother who has like all the tattoos, like neck tattoos, face tattoos. Yeah, and he him and Brenda Song dated for like a long time. And it was always kind of weird because Brenda Song being like a Disney person, like she's a nostalgia person, and Miley also being a Disney person's brother. Like it just was a weird connection, but somehow worked. And now Brenda's dating another object of her nostalgia, Macaulay Culkin, which seems like weirdly a good match because they clearly were both child stars in some way.
Yeah.
And
they're around the same age. Oh, no, they're not. But whatever. It's fine.
Are they not the same age?
She's 29. He's 37. I forgot that Macaulay Culkin was 37. And I was like, ugh. I thought Macaulay Culkin was our age. But whoops.
He's old.
Wow. So anyway,
He just looks
dropped
so young.
When this dropped, it was just like them hanging out in New York. And it was like Macaulay Culkin hanging out with Brenda Song. And I guess you could have... People were saying they were dating. I think we even tweeted they were dating. Wow, they're dating. But it wasn't until this week when he showed up in Paris with Brenda Song, which is, you can't write that off. They're dating arm in arm in Paris. And then they got dinner with Paris Jackson in Paris, who, in case you forgot, is his niece. Or
his goddaughter. His niece, his goddaughter. It's just funny that I didn't realize they got dinner with Paris in Paris.
They got dinner with Paris in Paris.
That's sweet. I mean, first of all, I like that Paris and Macaulay Culkin have a relationship.
Paris's family is such a wreck.
Yeah.
That he, as insane as it is to say out loud, he might be the most like grounded person in her circle. He
also seems like he's done a lot of work on himself. Like to still exist in the way that he does. He must have done a lot of work. You know. Again, child stars, as we've said.
Is that all we have to say about them?
I think so.
Macaulay and Brenda?
They
look cute together. Look at them. Look at that photo of them. I like it.
It's very, I'm happy for everyone who's like feeling that nostalgic happiness because it's like purely for you.
Anyway, next call, which is my favorite thing of the week.
Hi, Lindsay and Bobby. This is Haley. So I'm like very sick right now and just sitting in bed, and I came across this article on page 6 about Katherine McPhee crashing someone's wedding in Mexico and getting kicked out by the bride. And then I guess her friend posted a bunch of videos of her being so mad about getting kicked out of this wedding and was so upset that these people didn't want her to party with her. And I'm just wondering, like, who Katherine McPhee really thinks she is. And what is going on with this, and how dare she try to crash this bride's poor wedding? It's so sad. Okay, bye.
So this is like by far the best story of the week. It reminds me of like Kanye wedding reports. Like it's very like what happened here?
I don't know.
Page 6 got the exclusive naturally.
Well, page 6 has the video, and usually when page 6 talks about explicitly watching a video, like we have the video, we're looking at it. That means that them releasing the video is imminent. But they haven't done it, which is weird. So like this story came out a couple days ago, and usually when they do this, it comes out like the next day.
So Katherine McPhee we've talked about her recently because she was maybe dating David Foster, which was very strange.
Maybe they denied it, but then there were the photos of them like grabbing each other's asses at an ATM. They are. Yeah.
They're dating. It's fine. It's okay. Like nothing's wrong with that. It's just like, oh, interesting, weird pair.
It's like, oh, David Foster gets around.
Right. So this page 6 report says she accidentally crashed a wedding weekend. Well, you don't accidentally crash a wedding. You either crash a wedding or you don't. You're either there invited or you're not. And you go to the buffet and try to get something to eat. You're either invited or not. So it says she accidentally crashed a wedding in Cabo, Mexico, and was kicked out by the bride, which is funny because when you crash a wedding, like you're always maybe going to get kicked out. That's kind of the fun of crashing a wedding, right? But I think she thought that because she was famous, they'd be like, Katherine McPhee at our wedding. What?
Because usually that's what happens. Like, Tom Hanks crashes a wedding and then gets a selfie with the bride and groom.
But the best is, so she's clearly drunk. And her friend, Hillary Shore, who's a producer, posted commentary on her Instagram calling the bride a loser.
And a Trump voter.
For kicking them out of her own wedding. Like, I'm sorry, you're going to crash a wedding and then be mad when the bride kicks you out? So it says, One video seen by Page Six, that's what we're talking about, captioned "Bride Bitch," shows McPhee in her room snottily noting, "What bride does her own wedding security? If you're doing your own security, you have a problem." What are you talking about? A second clip titled "Dead Bride, Rude Bride," and third called "Loser Bride Bouncer," in which Shore quips to McPhee off camera, "She could have a Page Six New York Post article of us coming and dancing the night away. By the way, I was ready to rock and roll." Okay, wait, this is so good. So the producer is making a joke that this bride, if she'd let them stay at her wedding, could have been written up in Page Six.
Mm-hmm. Could have become famous, yeah.
What do you know? She was
Tables
written up
turned.
in Page Six.
Tables turned. I love
This is the best.
my favorite thing is like Page Six will never not be just the biggest bitch. Shore made her Instagram account private after we reached out. And even though, so like after we reached out, they took screenshots of this. They have it. This is why it's so weird that they haven't posted it. But anyway, and even though we'd already seen the videos, told us it was tongue-in-cheek. Catherine did not say anything like that. Do not run that. It's not true. Meanwhile, they're like literally watching the receipts over and over again.
Meanwhile,
but then Page Six
they're
says
begging for Page Six.
they did want a Page Six item, didn't they? It's so
Oh my God,
good.
I love that. And what's funny is I wonder, I mean, I don't know how Page Six works, but I wonder if it got to Page Six because they mentioned Page Six. Like, do you know what I mean? Who's watching this producer's videos? Somebody who said, "Oh, that's funny they mentioned Page Six. I should send this to them." Do you know what I mean? Like, it almost,
I bet that's how it happened.
like, why else would it go to them? It seems like a random, I mean, I know eventually someone might have seen it because Katherine McPhee is famous, but it almost seems too good
this
to be
woman
true.
this woman probably has people who know her, who follow her, who also read Page Six, you know?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm just saying the fact that she called them out probably was even more reason for someone to say, "Hey, Page Six, did you know that you
Sends
mentioned
email.
by this random thing?" And what a funny thing that they're doing. And it is extremely funny because there's nothing hooier than crashing a wedding and no one cares and kicks you out.
And
you're
Hillary Shore has 5,000 followers. She's private now, but like she has enough for this thing to get around, you know?
Good job, everyone involved in this.
It's really, really good.
Katherine McPhee is welcome to crash.
I feel like
my
Katherine
wedding or
McPhee,
any
like
wedding.
I've always dismissed Katherine McPhee, but like, is Katherine McPhee good?
I mean, it
maybe I
sounds
should have watched Scorpion. Should I have watched Scorpion? Is
No,
she good?
I think she's good in the way that you really want to think she is, not like good. I should watch her shows.
Like, she's fun.
Is she fun? Yeah, she seems fun.
She's fun. She doesn't seem problematic apart from like being rude to someone on Instagram. But like, you know, it seems fine. And really, the language she's using is sort of tame compared to what it could be, you know? Like, she's not calling her a bitch. She's not calling her the C word. She's just like, what a loser.
It's just so funny. They're calling her bride bitch. Like, there's what a backlash to this entire fun thing.
But it's not even bride bitch. It's rude bride. Oh, it was. One was bride bitch. Whoops, I did miss that. That's sort
Also,
of. I guess
imagine
that's not that
you're at your own wedding and you have to kick out Katherine McPhee. Like, come on. As if it's like not a stressful day enough. Katherine McPhee shows up and you're like, get out of here. Who are you?
I love it. I love it. Meanwhile, did you watch the Page Six video of this where they like talk about it on their talk show?
No, I didn't watch
That's
any
so
video.
bad.
I refuse to talk about any video.
They're like,
unless the videos of the Instagrams, which
they're
I
like,
will find.
you know what we always say? If you don't want it on Page Six, don't do it. That's how they began the segment, and I was like,
That's
oh
funny.
no.
Maybe don't say Page Six.
Maybe don't say Page Six.
Also, what is very specific like as opposed to TMZ or anything else? What a weird Page Six as a specific one to call out. Anyways, this is so boring. Let's move on.
Hello, I'm calling from Toronto, Canada, and I'm just calling because I was going through the Daily Mail, of course, and I found an amazing picture of Kristin Chenoweth, Kathy Bates, and Sarah Hyland, which is just the craziest combination of people. And it's just a really great picture overall. Kristin Chenoweth is in like thigh-high, sparkly studded boots and hot pink and like a cross necklace, which is just, there's so much going on there. Kathy Bates is wearing sunglasses, which is kind of crazy because it seems like they're all indoors and it's nighttime. And then Sarah Hyland, so just so much. So I guess my question is, do you think that Kristin Chenoweth and Kathy Bates know who Sarah Hyland is? Okay, thanks. Good for number 3.
I mean, I was going to say Kristin Chenoweth knows who Sarah Hyland is because they both have had ABC shows together in the past. And also just Kristin Chenoweth. I'm sure Kristin Chenoweth and Kathy Bates are like Modern Family's prime demographic. But what is your reason?
So that's not the reason why. The reason why, which is really funny, you can go right to justjaredjr.com and find out.
What if I don't want to do that? Just tell me. You tell me.
This is a great... Only Just Jared Jr. would find this connection between them. You ready? Sarah Hyland throws it back. Notice they say Sarah Hyland and no one else's name in the headline. Sarah Hyland throws it back to 1999 with an Annie reunion. That's the headline that
Are
they
you
chose for
kidding
this
me?
photo.
They were all in the made-for-TV Annie together?
Yes. So Sarah Hyland was in, she wasn't Annie, she was like Molly, one of the other orphans. She was in the 1999 television version of the musical Annie, and she just reunited with some co-stars. The 27-year-old actress met up with Kristin Chenoweth and Kathy Bates, who played Lily and Miss Hannigan, while at Christian Siriano's book launch on Thursday.
Are you kidding me?
It's just like...
That is unbelievable.
It's just such a good reunion that literally no one cares about. Like an Annie remake reunion, no one cares. But it's such a specific reason as to why they all know each other, you know? And also, there's no way Kathy Bates knows Sarah Hyland from Adam, you know? Like, she doesn't know... This was like an 8-year-old in a movie that she did once, forever ago.
It is funny imagining them like seeing each other at the same event and being like, oh right, Annie, like this thing they all forgot about, like collectively. Oh yeah, us.
Right. It's really, really funny. It's really funny to me.
That's really good. Remember, speaking of Kristin Chenoweth, remember The Boy Next Door starring Jennifer Lopez and what's his name? Do you remember
of course I do. Yeah, how he gives her the Bible or something. What was it?
No, he gives her a copy of like a first edition of like the Iliad or something.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, oh wow, a first edition, and it's like the Odyssey or something stupid, and she's like, a first edition. It doesn't make any sense.
Right. Right.
Oh my God, this is a first edition? I can't accept this. This must have cost a fortune.
It was a buck at a garage sale. One man's trash.
I can't. No, I can't. Honestly,
Please,
I appreciate it.
I've been eating here every single night. It meant a lot to me.
But remember how it's very sad because Kristin Chenoweth is her best friend at the movie, and then she's the one who has to die tragically?
You really remember a lot about this movie.
Because it was a good movie.
I love that, out of all the things in that movie to pull out, you remember that Kristin Chenoweth played a woman named Vicky and died.
I feel like it was a particularly brutal.
Well, it's kind of like in The Hand That Rocks the Cradle when Julianne Moore has to die. It's Julianne Moore, right?
Oh, poor Julianne Moore.
And you're kind of
she
like,
dies in the greenhouse.
Yeah,
she dies
it's
in the
kind of like,
greenhouse.
you really could have had it. And then she dies this like terrible, violent death. Same with Vicky. Kristin Chenoweth as Vicky.
Also, I completely forgot that Daddy Warbucks in the 1999 Annie is none other than Mr. Andrews himself, Victor Garber.
Together at last.
Together forever.
We're tying a knot they never can sever.
Yeah, obviously. And they give him like a bald cap or something. It's truly inspired.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, people tend to forget the 1999 Annie because it was dwarfed by the modern day Jamie Foxx vehicle Annie, which is not nearly as good as the original Annies that they redid every year on TV up until that point.
Is that well known to our listeners that you are obsessed with the musical Annie? It should be. Guys, Lindsay is obsessed with Annie. She said something really like old-timey recently, and I was like, excuse you? It was her Annie love coming through. It was like, what a whippersnapper. And I was like, what? Every once in a while she talks like Annie.
Say? Like a lyric.
You said something in the vein of little whippersnapper or something.
Oh God.
Or like
sure.
a why I oughta.
I'm sorry, what girl who wasn't 13 years old at one point doesn't love Annie? Like Annie is like a comet. That's like everyone has an Annie phase. Everyone.
Let's move on.
Lincoln Lizard.
Lindsay, Bobby, now that American Celebrity Big Brother is finally a thing and they have officially announced the premiere date, I'm starting to think about who my dream cast would be. And I haven't totally figured it out yet, but I do know that it would involve Lily Pons and Debbie Ryan in some way, shape, or form. So my question to you is, if you were casting the upcoming season, inaugural season of American Celebrity Big Brother, who would you cast and why? Can't wait to hear your list. Love you. Good form, Bella Thorne. Bye.
Before we discuss this, a little bit of context here. Celebrity Big Brother is coming to America for the first time ever. It's one of England's like most beloved reality series, and it's coming to America. I don't really know if it'll do that well because we don't really care about Big Brother anymore. Like we're not as like they're still so into Big Brother, and we're not as into Big Brother as I think people always maybe think we are. And like there's this whole thing about how Julie Chen was taking a pay cut to make it happen. Like it's like this huge deal. And Julie Chen is like the host over there, so it's just whatever. And apparently there have been rumors that Howard Stern has been speculated as a possible house guest, which seems a little too famous for me, but whatever.
Oh my God.
And then Chen revealed that Paris Hilton had agreed to do it, and Roseanne Barr had initially agreed to do it, but then backed out.
Oh my God.
So those seem like way bigger names than what I would put out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
If that helps to give, you said Lily Pons. Lily Pons is like not even famous enough compared to like Howard Stern and Roseanne Barr, right?
I don't think so. Compared to those two, absolutely not.
But I think because it's the inaugural season, you'll get a bigger star boost, so it won't be as like washed up as maybe seasons after if it gets a second season or a third season, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know who would be, but that's not the question. Who would be your dream Big Brother? Like what people would you like to see together?
You know what, Lindsay?
This is like our version of Dinner Party, that Dinner Party game.
Who could it possibly be? Oh my God, I can't even think. Like you want me to come up with maybe 4?
Sure.
It's like just coming up with this off the top of my head. I have no
Patricia
idea.
Clarkson.
I would say Patricia Clarkson, maybe Mary Kay Place, Alfred Woodard, and Rita Wilson. I didn't have those written down or anything. Mary Kay Place, Patricia Clarkson,
so boring.
Alfred
What would they
Woodard,
talk
Rita
about?
Wilson. They would talk about life, Lindsay. They would talk about fucking what it's like to be fucking alive. That's what they would talk about.
You need someone to like mix it up.
Yeah, but I'm saying my 4 women would be like a meditative like screensaver.
No.
I turn them on, and one of them is just reading. You know, one of them is just reading. Patty's in the kitchen, looking through cookbooks, trying to pick something to eat.
Okay, I would want like
Alfred's looking out the window, sort of like out at
want,
the fake front yard.
Your Celebrity Big Brother is like literally a snooze fest. They're gonna talk about like technique. Like, oh, can you talk about your technique?
No, they're not going to talk about work.
What technique did you use?
They're not going to talk about work.
Oh, God, it's like boring. It's like 12 Meryl Streeps at a long table.
No, Meryl Streep. I don't want fucking Meryl Streep. I don't want Meryl Streep there.
How dare you put fucking in front of Meryl Streep's
I don't
name?
need her there. No, she would take the spotlight. She would take the spotlight.
She would, especially from fucking Patricia Clarkson, who would literally like...
Excuse you, and you put fucking in front of Patricia Clarkson? I've had enough.
Here's what I want. I want the cast of Lady Marmalade Remix, all of them, plus Meryl Streep.
You know who needs to be there? No. Scratch Meryl Streep. Goldie Hawn.
Goldie Hawn, the entire cast of Lady
First Wives
Marmalade
Club.
Remake. Yeah, the entire cast of First Wives Club and the entire cast of Lady Marmalade Remake.
Yeah,
How's
I want
that?
and I want everyone in First Wives Club minus the asshole Seventh Heaven guy.
No, but we need just the 4 main women, 3, 4
Plus Sarah Jessica Parker.
Well, but also with the dead one, the one who dies. What's her face? Rizzo.
Stockard Channing.
I want her too, and I also want Christina Aguilera, Pink, Maya, and Lil' Kim. Is this clear?
No, it's good. It's good. I want the entire cast of all the female leads from First Wives Club,
Yes.
plus Christina Aguilera, Pink, and Maya.
Yes, all the leads from Lady Marmalade remake, and all of the leads from First Wives Club.
Wasn't
Glad
Missy?
we got here.
Wasn't Missy? Do you count Missy?
Oh, Missy
as
too. Yeah, of course
Lady
I count
Marmalade?
Missy. Yes, Missy too. Sorry, I forgot you, Missy.
Missy would be good.
I'm glad that we came to this literal agreement as to the perfect cast of Celebrity Big Brother.
No, but I want one. I want but then I want Celebrity Big Brother, the version that's on OWN, which is my version. So I could flip back to the OWN version as well.
You just want like Legends Ball, like that's like what you just want.
Want
like
to watch these
prestige
women
old
in full relax mode. That's all I want. It would be so calming.
Hey, Who Weekly. So I just got back from the gym, and at my gym, like each machine has its own like little TV, and one of the ellipticals, the TV has been stuck on a screenshot from a Bravo TV show for like at least a week. It's been like a week since I've noticed it, but I don't know how long it's actually been there. And I was wondering if you could help me figure out who it is. It's a man lying on like a bed, and there's a bunch of pillows, and it says Frankie, 18, Dolores' son. And then the closed captioning says, "'Cause I'm not here to protect you." So who is Frankie? Who is Dolores? And how long is this going to be stuck on that elliptical for? Good form, Bella Thorne. Bye.
This is like a mystery from our time. This is like a modern day mystery. A true whodunit. First of all, I don't know how long it's going to be stuck at your gym. Maybe you should ask somebody who works at your gym.
I'm picturing. I'm sorry, I'm in full Titanic mode ever since seeing the Dolby Vision re-release. But now I'm imagining a sketched version of this, and then like
being held up around town.
Frankie seeing it and being like, his friend being like, "Do you know who that is? Do you know who that is, Frankie?" And he goes, "Oh yes, the man in that picture is me."
I just like the idea of this caller like taking a photo, printing it out, and hanging it up on like telephone poles throughout Brooklyn, being like, "Who is this man?"
Also, caller, you could have done the work. I mean, we're thrilled that you called us, but this was easy.
It was great. You just search Bravo Frankie Dolores, and you find out that Dolores is a woman on Housewives of New Jersey, Dolores Catania. And her son is named Frankie.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a great article about him on Bravo.tv called, because they're the only ones covering these people in depth, Dolores Catania spills on son Frankie's modeling and acting dreams. So apparently he has dreams to be a model and an actor.
That's good.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's really it. And so you're getting a screenshot of Frankie speaking to camera. That's it. That's your...
My favorite tweet, I like this tweet that's embedded in this story. That's Dolores posting a photo of Frankie shirtless, abs out, arms up, biceps showing.
Yeah, he
like
looks good.
Calvin Klein's visible above his pants. And it says, "So proud of Frankie Catania for never giving up on his dreams."
That's his dream. Well, what's funny is you could have, like, the screenshot really actually could have been from many different things that would be hard to find because there's not necessarily like Dolores' son Frankie could be from a random Bravo show that doesn't have like articles about it. Do you know what I mean? Like it could be from, there's a new Bravo show where they make them, they take all their clothes and stuff and make them like be naked and have no stuff. Have you seen
No, I
this?
didn't know that.
It's called Stripped, and it's like living without your stuff, but it's just also really weird because they're naked. Anyways, the point is that it could be from that. Like, and I wouldn't have been able to really Google that. I would have had to just like find it out,
Mm-hmm.
But this happened to be from Housewives, therefore it was very Googleable. So you're lazy as hell, is what I'm saying.
Lazy
but
as
thank
hell.
you for the call. The call's good.
It's good. No, we love the calls.
Hi, it's Chloe from Detroit. I saw Lady Bird last night, did some investigating for myself, so thought I would share. My question is Laurie Metcalf, the mother of Jesse Metcalf, found out she's not, other branch of the Metcalf family, and actually a different spelling, but her daughter is starring in that unfortunate Baby Sheldon show, Younger Sheldon, whatever the fuck it's called. Just a PSA. Bye. Good morning, Bella Thorne.
Sorry to burst your bubble, caller, but Laurie Metcalf is on The Big Bang Theory. Like, I love that people they're like, it can't be, but like, Laurie Metcalf.
They like ignoring it. Laurie Metcalf is getting a paycheck,
Yeah, she's getting paychecks from everywhere. So the reason why Laurie Metcalf's daughter is on Young Sheldon is because she's playing younger Laurie Metcalf, which is genius. And Laurie Metcalf is on the Big Bang Show as Sheldon's mom.
Right.
Sheldon's mom. Grown up Sheldon's mom. I like that you thought the first thing after seeing Lady Bird was, I wonder if she's related to Jesse Metcalf.
Nope, they're spelled differently. No,
they're really spelled differently and not
Laurie
related.
Laurie Metcalf has always been a them in the hearts of a particular group of people, but the past couple of years she's like really broken into like true themdom. Everyone suddenly just really respects Laurie Metcalf. Finally, everyone already did. People who knew already did. But I feel like she's had sort of a renaissance in the past couple of years where people are like, oh, wait, especially with her role in, she won a Tony this year for that play, A Doll's House, Part 2.
Also, fun fact, there's a senator let's see, a dead senator from Rhode Island whose name is Jesse Metcalfe, but spelt the same way as Laurie Metcalf.
And they're
but
not
guess
related.
what? They're not related.
They're not related. They're not related. What is your favorite Laurie Metcalf role, Lindsay? Apart from, your obvious, your Roseanne's,
Wait, it can't be Roseanne?
No, it can't be Roseanne. That's too obvious.
And
it can't be Big Bang Theory. I'll tell you, it's Uncle Buck. It's either Uncle Buck when she's like the horny neighbor who wants to fuck Uncle Buck, or Scream 2 where she's the murderer.
I was just gonna say, can it be Scream 2? Like, that's like disrespectful to her legacy, but can it be Scream 2?
Scream 2 is it's like the funniest stunt casting, because the moment Laurie Metcalf appears on screen in Scream 2, you're like, I think she's the murderer. like this doesn't make any sense.
Here?
Why is she in this
here?
movie?
And
She's the murderer.
definitely the murderer. Yeah. But that's like how most horror movies work. We are like, you're the murderer. Like, why are you here?
But
Clearly,
she's
you got a good
Skeet
role.
Ulrich's mother.
Was that a negative, disparaging remark about my son? About my Billy?
No, Billy was a good boy. Billy was perfect. You did a bang-up job, Mrs. Loomis.
It's not wise to patronize me with a gun, Sydney. Randy spoke poorly of Billy, and I got a little knife happy. I was a good mother. You know what makes me sick? I'm sick to death of people saying that it's all the parents' fault. It all starts with the family. You want to blame someone, why don't you blame your mother? She's the one who stole my husband and broke up my family. And then you took my son. You don't know what it is to be a mother. To raise a child and teach him.
Right, and clearly the murderer.
Yeah, and clearly the murderer. Anyway, I think we're done with Laurie Metcalf, but we'll never be done with Laurie Metcalf. She's amazing. I think we're done.
Yeah, please. Thank you so much for calling. Always calling. Your calls are great. We listen to all of them. There were some really good calls, including shaming me for not knowing that Natalie Portman was from Long Island. I'm sorry.
You were so mad about that call. You were very mad about that
I wasn't mad. Many people called and said, Natalie Portman's from Long Island. You fucked up. And I was like, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect Long Island. She's from Long Island. Two separate people called, and they both went on the same journey of watching the Midnight Sun trailer and then going to Patrick Schwarzenegger's Instagram and then finding a photo of him watching the eclipse with Taylor Lautner. Two different people, two soulmates, both went on that journey.
We should connect them. them.
Yeah.
If both of you are listening and you would like to be connected, let us know, and then we'll do the heavy lifting. Have a great weekend. We will see you on Monday. Goodbye.
Bye.
You will dream it.
Yo, they wanna know. Hey. Mia. Hey. Mia. Come on. Hey. I want to be famous.
Books.
That was a HeadGum podcast.